Hey guys! Welcome to day 3 of the Doctor Who Snippets 10 Days of Christmas 2013. Today I have a really cool thing to talk about that was suggested by someone, but first thing to do is to do today's shout-out winner. Now today's shout-out goes to TARDIS Takeoff. Congratulations to you, mate. Remember, go check out his channel. Like videos, I don't know, just go take a look at them. So TARDIS Takeoff is today's shout out winner. Remember, TARDIS Takeoff, if you want to enter again, you have to send another message. Your message has been deleted. If you want a shout out, send me a personal message. Don't just send me a comment. Send me a personal message with the subject DWS 10 Days of Christmas shout out. Alright, so that's the shout out for today. Congratulations. And today's main thing. The suggestion comes from Dalek Cyber. Now, today I am doing my top 10 Dalek figures, separate from my top 10 all-time figures because that'll be later on in the week. But today is the top 10 Dalek figures. At number 10 we have this. It is the 2007 San Diego Comic Con exclusive Assault Dalek. It was chocolate coloured, alright? They released a standard edition in the UK, which I had before this, which is normal Dalek coloured. For some reason the US made a chocolate coloured one. And by chocolate coloured I mean that's how it's described, but it's a very brownish colour. It's not Dalek colour at all. As you see, it's 2007 exclusive. And I have number 2344 of 3000. The back is like the original Series 1 packaging. I definitely kept this one closed. We have a Underground Toys old sticker, and we have a 9th Doctor figure here, which was never available in the UK. That was an Underground Toys exclusive. So that's number 10, the 2007 San Diego Comic Con exclusive Assault Dalek. At number 9 we have the Underhenge Dalek from The Big Bang. I got this for Christmas 2010, and I got it in the Toys R Us exclusive set back in the days. Forbidden Planet later released it as a standalone figure, which was a bit of a aww. But yeah, this is a very nice figure. Lovely texture, goes with the Underhenge Sideman and Autumn, which I also have. Moving on. At number 8 we have Dalek the Supreme, the 2010 edition from Victory of the Daleks. Now this was the last of the Dalek paradigm to be released, and the others I'd all had, obviously, and the Eternal Dalek was released as a single figure after this. Well, no, sorry, it was at the same time as this, but effectively it was the last to be released because the Eternal was in a Toys R Us set, the other Toys R Us set, the second one after the Underhenge Dalek set. So effectively, yeah, this was the last to be released for a long time. The only two available were the Strategist and the Drone, the blue and the red. And then the Orange Scientist had been released as a Comic Con exclusive with the Jacketless 11th Doctor, and the Eternals and Toys R Us set. And then this one was released alongside a standard release of the Scientist and the Eternal, and a re-release of the Drone and the Strategist. And I have to say, this along with the Scientist are the best quality of the wave. It's really nicely built, and well, to be honest, I wouldn't know how the Scientist is in the wave. I've got the Comic Con one. I've got 2 of it, one packaged and one opened. But anyway, yeah, that's number 8, the Supreme Dalek. Sorry, I was about to say Eternal. I just realised I never really mentioned why that's number 8. It's because the white of it is like a white phone or a white car. It makes it look really flashy and really clean and nice. So that's why it beats the other paradigm. And I mentioned it's a nice quality, but that could just be my figure. Alright, at number 7 is the Ironside with T-Tray. Now this was a Comic Con 2012 exclusive, and it came with Winston Churchill, one of the best Comic Con sets ever released in my opinion. I always loved the Ironside figures. I had the standard one and the one with ear covers, and then they brought out one with the T-Tray, which was pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, that was number 7, purely because it had a T-Tray. At number 6 we have the Special Weapons Dalek from Remembrance of the Daleks. This was a figure that was long rumoured, and it was finally released in a set in 2010 with a Renegade Dalek, a Supreme Dalek, and an Imperial Dalek. I was so psyched for that set because I was about to, on eBay, I was going to buy the 7th Doctor and Imperial Dalek from like 2009 for £40, and then this set came out for $39.99 with this Dalek and the Imperial Dalek I wanted. I'm like, and then the 7th Doctor was released as a single figure. I'm like, oh, win. But yeah, this is a really unique Dalek, really cool articulation. So yeah, definitely worthy of number 6 on my list. Yeah, number 6. Number 5 is from the same set, the Imperial Dalek. As I briefly mentioned, I wanted this figure for ages because it was always my favourite Dalek. I was going to buy it for a ridiculous price on eBay, and then they re-released it. Lovely figure. I actually bought, I'm sure most of you will know, I've got a full-size Necros Dalek, which I thought was a badly painted Imperial Dalek, because I didn't know about the Necros Daleks at the time. And so since then, my favourite Dalek, which was the Imperial, has been replaced by the Necros Dalek. And I must point out there is a figure of the Necros Dalek. But this figure is not in my top 10, even though I do love my Necros Daleks, because I don't like the figure compared to this one. I think this one looks nicer. Big differences between the Imperials. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good focus. There's a lot of light exposure in the background. The big difference between the Imperials and the Necros is they're effectively the same thing. But this was from 1985, this was from 88. And as you can see, the Necros had black bits. Like, it had a black skirt and the base. It had a black plunger and it had a black eye. Whereas the Imperial, on the other hand, was just completely gold. I guess the producers decided that looked more Imperial. Alright, so now on to number 4. Number 4 is the Supreme Dalek from the Stolen Earth and Journey's End in 2008 with the 10th Doctor. Love this figure, very unique. 3 lights, 3 dome lights. It's got these big bits in the middle section. Lovely figure. It's the new Dalek form factor, the revised one. Much skinnier and it's much nicer. Sorry if you keep seeing my finger go across it. I'm tapping the screen of the camera to try and get a better focus, like I mentioned. But yeah, that is number 4. And we're into my top 3, and at number 3 is another Imperial Dalek. But it's one I never thought we'd see released as a figure. And it was released in a set that when I saw the first images of it, I'm like, oh my god. Yep, it is the destroyed Imperial Dalek. Now, in the show, we basically just see a bit of mutant arm. They put a giant claw on it, and they put like almost like a concept Dalek mutant in there, which is pretty cool. The claw actually had articulation. This figure was well over the top, but just beautiful. They actually put articulation in the figure and gave it a good body. But that is definitely worthy of number 3. Also, what is definitely worth mentioning about that figure is the ball joints were actually painted gold, whereas on the original releases of the figure they painted a horrible brown colour, which didn't work. But yeah, that was much improved. Alright, at number 2 is something very special to me. It is all 3 Daleks in Dalek Collector Set 2. Now, I paid £72 for this. I'm sure a lot of you paid $19.99. That was because for years, probably before some of you started collecting figures, this was ridiculously valuable. It was selling for like £200. I got it for $72 in 2011, which at the time was a brilliant price for it. And then it was re-released by B&M Bargains last year or this year, I can't remember, for 20 quid. Now, there are some slight differences. The Daleks have rings around the ears or something ridiculous, I can't remember. But this one is the original San Diego Comic-Con 2009 version. So, although lots of you probably say, oh, I guess it's not worth the £72 anymore, if someone is able to identify it, if I was planning on selling it, then I'm sure this package would be worth more than the re-release because it's from Comic-Con. And I want to buy the re-release to have them open because I opened Dalek Collector Set 1 when I got it in 2008. And then I bought it again for £40 box. So I have 1 open and boxed and then 2 just boxed. And now I can cheaply buy 2 and have them open. And ironically, Dalek Collector Set 1 is now worth way more than 2 because of the re-release. But still, this is really special to me because it's the original Comic-Con one and the Daleks in it are beautiful. And on to number 1. And feel free to kill me here because number 1 isn't actually a Dalek, it's a Davros. It's a Davros I always wanted to be released, never thought it would be, and ironically it came in the same set as that mutant Imperial Dalek, which I never thought would be released either. Perfect set for me. It is the Remembrance Dalek, Davros, sorry, as the Dalek Emperor. This figure could have been so much better than it was, though, because the quality control on this was absolutely awful. But still, I'm so grateful we got one. It's just awesome. It's got all his wires in there. Brilliant figure. Definitely worthy of number 1 in my Dalek collection. Yes, it's not technically a Dalek, but still, it is Davros, and it looks like a Dalek. So that is number 1, and that is my top 10 Dalek figures. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching tonight. Don't forget to send in suggestions and shout-out requests. If you want more information on that, go back and watch episode 1. Alright guys, peace, good night, and see you tomorrow. Bye!